very successful year for us. We delivered on all our objectives, priorities, not only in terms of the integration. Of course, we completed major legal entity mergers during 2024, but we also started migrating clients outside Switzerland. 90% of the clients are now on UBS platforms. This is a big achievement, and so we de-risk a lot our execution risk on the integration. At the same time, we are growing our businesses in asset gathering, in wealth management and asset management. We are gaining market share in the investment bank in all those areas where we want to compete. And lastly, we continue to be a solid partner for the Swiss households and corporates by granting 70 billions of new loans. We have an outstanding 350 billions of exposure. So overall, I'm very happy with that, but also we are very busy in thinking about what's next, and so we are investing in technology in order to make sure we are successful also in the future.
Let me just dive into the different divisions. Investment banking was very strong. We saw that was also the case for some of your U.S. rivals. Were you able to match that, and were you able to carry over that momentum into the current quarter? What are you seeing right now?
What for us is always very important in investment bank to match or to get very close to the best in class in those areas where we want to compete. So if I look across equities, FX, capital markets activities, and also in M&A and leverage finance, we are definitely not only growing our revenues as a function of constructive market conditions, but we are also gaining market share. And the effect, this is what you see is now the effect of the two teams, the UBS and Credit Suisse teams working together for the full year, so which is pretty much in line with our expectations.
Let's talk more about the wealth management side of the business, your big division, and that's where net new assets maybe were a little bit lighter than expectations. There had been some concern about costs in the past, but also about profitability in the very important U.S. business. How are you tackling that?
Now, look, we have given clear guidance in the early part of 2024 that we would see assets growth, net assets growth in the region of 100 billions, because we have been also restructuring a certain part of the assets. What I'm very pleased with is that if you look at return on risk-weighted assets for the wealth management businesses have been expanding. So we had a couple of points of pickup in terms of return on risk-weighted assets. So it's pretty much aligned with looking at quality of the business rather than quantity. And then I'm confident that starting 2027, we will move towards the 200 billions target we outlined.